Alright everyone, we are back with more Conquest. The event I'm participating in, let's see. It'll happen on this Saturday. So I've only got essentially one more day to practice, or today and tomorrow. So yeah, 2 more days. Yeah, why don't we get started, shall we? Alright, so I am now comparing my splits to the world record instead of my PB. Because my PB is not really that accurate to compare to. Hey, Dominic. Alright, so let's get started. Oh, sorry to hear that. New run? Yeah, I haven't started yet. Okay, now I'm gonna start. So I have the 2 bottom numbers in the live split. Instead of personal best and gold split, it's not going to be too accurate to compare to my gold split. So I'm just going to compare the record and my PB. So you can see down there, the record's Farm 1 split was 4 seconds faster than mine. But in a 2-hour run like this almost, 4 seconds in one split's kind of irrelevant. You know what's funny? Before I started this stream, I decided to see if anyone else was streaming Conquest on Twitch. You know what I saw? Hold on. I saw someone playing this game, like they were in the post game. They were playing one of the bonus stories. They still had their text speed and battle animations on slow. I just cannot watch people play casually like that. Like, I don't expect them to just skip every cutscene, obviously. But at least put your movement speed on fast. It's literally in the options here. Like animation and camera speed, fast. Had Ignis ruined your run yet? I just started. I haven't even gotten there yet. Also, Eel, I'm comparing to the world record splits now. Actually, I think Eevee could have taken on that Bidoof by itself. I probably could have just left Jigglypuff here. Yeah, because I think if it's 20 HP or 21 HP, it'll work. Okay, that didn't work. It must have had a bad HP stat and a good defense stat. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have risked that. Besides, I don't want to siphon Jigglypuff any more experience than it needs to. Can I get the high roll? Nice, that works. All that means is the text that'll pop up with Oichi talking about warrior skills, it'll just pop up in Ignis anyway. Minimum energy Bidoof, low energy Chimchar, that's pretty good. How's my day been? Work was been very, very busy. What happens when it's the summer? Funnily enough, my PB had a 10-second faster Ignis split. You know, if I want, I can actually compare this to my PB right now. So compared to my PB, I'm ahead by about 9 seconds. Great start. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna hit the Tepig instead of the Chimchar. Something I might do on the next turn is I'll have Jigglypuff head to the spot to block Bidoof, do a double slap, and then run to the springs. Really? I hate this game. Honestly, Eevee should be able to just one-shot that. And I could celebrate from the Bidoof to the Tepig. At least I hope so. Yeah, 100%. This has not been going great. Honestly, this is why getting burned turn 1... I'm resetting that. No. No, I'm not doing that. This is pretty much why if you get burned there, like turn 1, you just gotta reset. But still, if Jigglypuff had hit that double slap on the Bidoof, I would have been able to celebrate. I was thinking how Pansage could have a guaranteed win versus Rhyperior if you stay in the diagonal. Why would I care about the guaranteed win on Rhyperior? All I care about during that fight is just knock out the Drillbur. That's all I care about. Whoops. Do you mean against that kingdom in general? Like the kingdom of Terrera? What matters in Terrera is just where the Drillbur goes. Best case scenario, if I can block off the middle elevator, the Drillbur will stay nearby. And just how bad that Mon can be. That's hilarious in casual play, but on Speedrun, you don't get to abuse that obvious weakness of that terrible final evolution. Yeah. Like my commentary buddy Bacon Fry said, there is an argument for Rhyhorn actually being the best in the evolution line. Because the main thing with Rhydon has Drill Run, which is what Excadrill has. It has to be a space away. But at least Bulldoze can hit 4 Pokemon at once. Can I get a crit? Darn. Oh yeah, the opposite corners. Well, at least Eevee was placed over here. Eevee can go further. Yeah, Rhyhorn has a range of 3 instead of range of 2. Alright, well, Jigglypuff siphoned some of that XP. I didn't bother going to the back of Wooper just because I pretty much knew even from the back that wasn't going to kill. I'm just thankful that for some reason the Farm 2 split in the world record is actually pretty bad for the Farm 2 split. Low energy Tepig and Chimchar, pretty good. And the Eevee and Jigglypuff's energy went down. Okay. That kind of cancels that out. If I'm lucky, Eevee's energy would be all the way up. Bastard. I hate Eevee's. Not Eevee. Eevee's cool. I hate Jigglypuff in this game. Convenient. I don't think Eevee can kill that. No, not from that health. Ow. If I hit it, though, it's gonna get it into... I'm gonna have to hit it from the front. I think that is too high for him to use a potion. Yeah, I think. Maybe I was just lucky, I don't know. Subpar, but Can't really do much about Jigglypuff missing Double Slap. It's just the way of life. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, absolutely. And this guy's here. Of course, it's already worse. You know, fun fact, this is the only time in the entire game where a wild area can only have warriors. There are always at least one wild Pokemon here, but this place right here is the one exception. Oh my god. Go away. Oh, no. Ooh, maximum energy Darumaka. That's actually pretty good. I need to shut up sometimes. Eh, maybe. Couldn't hurt. Bro, seriously? Question. Oh my god. That was unlucky. I almost split. Ooh, I might be able to one-shot the Pansage. If it's minimum energy Pansage and near max energy Darumaka, I could one-shot it. I'm not really sure how much time it does save a little bit of time, yeah. Because there's less Pokemon to play out turns. Are you kidding me? So what I would do during the actual marathon, if that happens, I will actually run away from the kingdom and go back in. Double slap's kind of slow too. Yeah. I do not like how much health that Starly has. Maybe if it has low defense and HP deep IVs, it could be fine. Hey, Masters. Oh, now you choose to be a menace. Honestly, I don't think that's faster or slower. No, that was definitely slower. Little trick. During the first turn, put your Eevee and Jigglypuff in a position where they can't be hit for the first turn. Dude, the Jigglypuff's a menace today. How do you go from missing all the time to just getting 5 hit after 5 hit? Alright, crit. Darn. Use rest? I wish. Oh my god, I think I just saw all of them at minimum energy. Almost all of them. I mean, Jigglypuff's a bit higher. Are you dude? How do you go from 5 hitting twice in a row to missing? Like, seriously? Highs and the lows. Ah. Really? Alright, Eevee should be able to knock out the Dew from there. So I'm gonna have Jigglypuff go to the spring. Fuck you. Yeah, Jigglypuff's dead. Yeah, you're so dead. Alright, never mind. I'm an idiot. I should have sweet song. Oh well. Man, it's so dumb that they all had low energy and the fight still went bad. Are you kidding me? Crit. This is awful. Oh, try that again. So how did that go wrong, folks? Getting burned. Honestly, I think it all went wrong when Jigglypuff missed the 88% double slap. Remember, 12% chance to miss. That's essentially like using Rock Slide. Hey, Robert. Runs haven't been really going the best today. Ignis has been Ignis. Yeah, I've gotten more resets at Ignis than Greenleaf, which is not a thing that really happens. Okay, the Bidoof. I really don't need Jigglypuff's help with Bidoof at all. I really don't. Well, the question is, will I be able to knock out Starly? That was a little risky. If that Starly had gone down... Oh my god, you son of a bitch. That Bidoof really fooled me. That Bidoof has to have, like, essentially no HP IVs. no HP, and just a ton of defense. Okay, that risk did not pay off at all. Oh my god. If I had just done it the normal way, it would have been... Well, even if I had done it the normal way, I would not have knocked out the Starly. But I would have been able to knock out the Bidoof next turn. It's just with how low that Bidoof's HP was, it did convince me. Okay, so you can reach from there. Okay. I should have just stayed. You know what's stupid? If my double sap accuracy is like 91, 92, it hits, but if it's 88, it constantly misses. Okay, that wasn't necessary. Alright, I get to go into Ignis with a pretty bad deficit. Okay. I thought it was general low energy. I guess they're both EVs and energy factors. It's actually IVs, and yes. Well, during that first fight, the wild Pokemon always have medium energy. So it's not the energy that's a factor in that fight. It's the IVs. Because the IVs are random. Like that Bidoof really fooled me. Honestly, you know what I've been noticing in the last few Ignis fights? It really doesn't matter the energy levels of the opponents. It doesn't matter if you keep getting burned and missing. Like, if you burn and keep getting missed, the energy's kind of irrelevant. Nice. I'm not going to aim for Chimchar because Eevee is not going to be able to knock it out, and if it gets too low, he will use the potion. That's annoying. I hate you. Okay, at least I can just go straight to the Bidoof. I'm gonna need the top speed. Oh my god. If you're gonna lullaby, can you do that earlier in the fight? I hate you, Jigglypuff. In an ideal world, I would not continue this, but since Greenleaf is a huge reset point anyway, I'll keep going. Then again, if I didn't take that incredibly stupid risk on Farm 1, I'd only be behind by like 25 seconds. But still, the IVs fooled me pretty bad. Like, it really looked like I could do it. What energy is this guy at? I prefer high energy for Darumaka. Eh. One of the worst partners. Yep. Funnily enough, Wigglytuff isn't any better. If you had the ability to link with Pokemon and use passwords from the very start, this run would be so much easier. What's Wigglytuff's move? Hyper Voice. It hits everybody around it, so it can hit up to 8 tiles. But the problem with Wigglytuff is just, its attack stat is not good. Yeah, it hits a lot of Pokemon, but its attack is weak. Like with Oichi, you're better off using almost any other normal type. I know there are some people who give Oichi a dragon type, but she also does like dragon types. Probably because Nobunaga's her brother. Alright, we're good. Nice. Well, not much you can do about that. Thankfully, though, by the time I defeat the Suwaddle, Jigglypuff will get out of the hole. I was gonna miss double slap anyway. Sure, true. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, the time loss there wasn't my fault. I just got unlucky with that trap location. Yeah, being this far behind is definitely quite sucky. But, there are places later in the game I can make up time. A lot of places. I also found out why Pampor would keep constantly stepping on the switch. You guys remember that one trick I thought of where I could use top speed on Eevee and move one extra tile to keep Piplup in the water? That actually causes Pampor to lock onto the Suwaddle every single time. But if I keep Eevee right next to Pampor, the AI will see that there are two Pokemon next to each other. It'll prioritize going to it so it can get the 2-hit. Because Water Gun can hit up to 2 Pokemon. See? Nice. Yeah, the world record had a very good Fontaine split. Like, Wom straight up said in the PB video, it was probably one of the best Fontaines he's ever had. Hey, at least it's better than my PBs. Low energy Shinx and Mareep. Yeah, that's really good. With power wristbands, yeah, I was gonna say with power wristbands and being later on in the game, low energy makes a huge difference. Like low energy Zekrom is the difference between like 15 damage per turn. It makes a huge difference. Like low compared to high. Hope you're doing well. I mean, I'm personally doing fine. This run, not so much. The luck at Greenleaf was kind of bad. I mean, bad in the sense where Pansage cooperated. That's what I'm talking about. It was bad luck there. And, unfortunately, the world record had an incredibly good Fontaine split, so I'm just bound to lose time there no matter what. Thankfully, Starly wasn't on that. I'm gonna prioritize the Shinx since, they're being weird. Interesting choice there. Really? What was the accuracy on that bug bite? Wristband broke. I have a bad time for that. Fuck you, dude. Well, this fight will end on the next turn at least. Actually, I think Pansage can just get the kill on that. %97%. That was essentially on par. Still went pretty good. I would have gained time if it weren't for that double slap miss on the Pichu. Or not just that, the power wristband breaking. I would have preferred it break on the Mareep, not the Shanks. Because that way the Mareep would have died, but because the wristband broke a turn early, it lived. Aurora. I don't mind when they spawn in Aurora because it gives me two choices for, like, where I want to go. Let's see. They're both two. Okay. Man, Jigglypuff's far away. Intimidate. Okay. Not the best. Hero. No Vanguard, unfortunately. I am amazed that worked. You're feeling better today? I was feeling tired and had headaches yesterday. Dang, John. I mean, Eel, during battle, when energy is raised, it does slightly raise, like, your stats by just a tiny bit. It doesn't affect your current HP, though. But the Pichu is almost effectively guaranteed to do that because of its ability. There's just nothing I can do about it. That's annoying. Now I can't get the 2-for-1. Maximum energy steal. Great. Alright, I'm gonna prioritize the Venipede. No trap there this time. Annoying. Dude, getting that freeze was so bad. Dude, I had so much time save potential on this split. Stupid freeze. I mean, I still saved about like 50 seconds. I don't like how the girder's max energy. I mean, it'll help with the invasion split, but like for this battle, that might make things a tiny bit harder. It's really funny how the AI will never ring their own bell. Okay, it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, interesting. I really thought it would go for the banner. Oh my god, why do these cries sometimes take forever? I have no idea why. It's so annoying when it does. Oh yeah, one other thing, the world records pugil or the invasion split is actually very bad. I watched it. It was actually very rough. You know, honestly, I wonder if I should have gotten rid of Daramaka and kept Pampor. Because my own personal thinking is that it could be used as a backup for Drillbur. I don't know. Now, I mean, like, I'm not gonna, like, not bring Pansage, but it could be worth considering. At least the drill burr's low on energy. I like the drill burr low, but not too low. Yeah, John, this is the invasion split. Nice. Got the crit on Tepig. No, the first time is in the literal first 5 seconds of the game. You know, the whole Tepig, Bidoof thing. Alright, here's the plan. I don't do anything. Then I do this. There we go. Oh, nice. I got a power wristband out of that. I'm 20 seconds behind now, but I'm just saying, I could be a lot further ahead. But still, I have time saver later. Like, for example, Viperia and Avia. The world record's Avia. I reacted to it on stream. It was extraordinarily bad. Not on WOM's part, but just the RNG. Yeah, the invasion split of the world record was very bad. That's why I saved time. Okay, very minimum energy Drillbur. That's concerning. Well, if I remember correctly, I think Viperia does have a Panagiri shop. So I may use an emergency Panagiri stop if I need to. Because by the time I finish Avia, I need to be at maximum energy. If I need to, I'll do an emergency Panagiri visit. Okay, only 3 spaces. That's annoying. Since it only moved 3 spaces, that means I'm at the mercy of whether Drillbert goes right or down. But this is why I created Girder as a backup. Basically, if the Drillbert does decide to go south, I'm having the Eevee followed by Girder for a reason. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best spot for Passage. Yeah, that wasn't the best spot. Okay. Yep, time to serve the Girder back up. But at least the Drillbur is very low on energy, so it won't be that bad. I might be able to one-shot that without Eevee. Okay, we're good. He just found a power wristband from that tree. Nice. Only 34 seconds behind the record at this point. It's actually very good. That's very good pace. Yeah, Rhyperior is extraordinarily bad. Not because you have to be so far away, but also the fact it's super slow, so its accuracy is very bad. Because in this game, accuracy and evasion is based on your speed stat. And once you use Rock Wrecker, you can't use it again. That's the reason Shingen is only used to buy stuff. I never use him in battle, because he just sucks. Ooh, nice. The Glades. Okay, Cragspurt does not have a Ponegiri shop. I did rearrange my splits, right? No, dude, why do I keep forgetting to rearrange my splits? Yeah, okay, yeah, it's not supposed to be Yaksha next. It's supposed to be Viperia next. So yeah, these next two splits are going to be off. That was very clumsy. There was one time Star Raptor could not knock out the Machop. It actually happened once, and I think it was last stream. Rhydon's not in Champions, but Rhyperior is. Why would that be a fun fact? Champions generally doesn't allow middle evolutions in the game. The one exception is Pikachu, because of course they have to allow it. Like, why is that a shock? Thankfully that missed. I didn't trust that Glade could kill it. That was okay, it just crit. You know, I often forget Psycho Cut's a high crit move. Really? That low rolled so hard. That was very dumb I had to do that. I gold split that. Dang. I think Rhydon's better because of Eviolite, but I guess that isn't in the... yeah, Eviolite's not in Champions. It's kind of expected, honestly, unless they decide to add middle evolutions. Maybe they will at some point. I haven't been really playing Champions much in the last week. I've just been waiting for, like, an interesting roster change. I don't like how... Okay, there's no Ponegiri shop in Viperia either. I know there's one inside of Avia, so I think absolute worst case scenario, if after Avia, Drillbird does not evolve, I'll just make one stop at the Ponegiri shop. But yeah, these two splits are out of order, the Yaksha Viperia splits, so these two splits are going to be a bit inaccurate. You know, as a kid, I didn't know they were Ponegiri. I pronounced them Pony Girls. Because I didn't see the end was a Giri, not a girl. So, yeah. Oh, nice. I appreciate the weaker Pokemon being in there. That's an odd positioning. Yeah, I'm not used to most of the team being down there. What the fuck is wrong with that Golbat? That was risky. That was because the Zubat was max energy. Had Gallade as a backup. Yeah, but the problem is I need someone to protect that banner. Because some of those warriors do have warrior skills that can boost their range. Yeah, ignore that. That's a false gold split. Actually, hold on. The records Viperia was 552. Does anyone remember? It was a sub 5. So honestly, that would have been a gold split. Yeah, it would have, because the world record Viperia is a 552. My PB is 640. I just got sub 5. That's why the 2-star Raptor route is far superior than 1-star Raptor. Yeah, walls are a mere suggestion. Alright, there's a Ponegiri shop there, but I'll probably just use the 1 in 8. Dude, so many things here are low energy. Dude, Drillbird just went all the way to minimum again. Dude, this Drillbird is not cooperating. Oh my gosh. I mean, if maybe Drillbird can get a kill on something, it could help. The only realistic thing I can get a kill on is the Poniard. You did nothing last... Yeah, well, thing is, every 3 months or so, your energy has a chance to go up one stage or down one stage, and it's just random. Right? Nice. Dude, he just hit his own ally. Delayed. Delayed. And that's fine. Oh, my wristband must have broke. That's fine, I got Jolteon. Dude, that is the fastest Yaksha I've seen in my life. I mean, the thing is, you don't absolutely need Excadrill for Spectra. All Excadrill does in Spectra is one-shot the Lampent, but depending on how the statues move, that may not even happen anyway. But honestly, I think if Drillbird doesn't evolve after this, which there's like a 99% chance he doesn't, I don't think I'm going to bother with Panagiris. I'm just going to go straight into Spectra. But you do 100% need it for Nick Storm, though. Well, 100% for Ballora. Honestly, I think the 2-star Raptors being bundled up in front of Jolteon is probably discouraging them from coming down, because maybe that other Star Raptor is blocking a tile. Yeah, like that. Watched the video last night on a guy that used to speedrun Pokemon and caught you in one of those runs. Is it that Pulse Effects video? It's an interesting video. I don't watch the guy anymore over his stupid, shitty Worcester video. But that specific video you mentioned, it's a pretty good video. You're asking. I mean, even if the crit didn't happen, Gallade was right there. Okay, I'm actually kind of worried Braviary's gonna... Oh my god, you idiot. Okay, thank god. That was lucky. That's because of the wristband. Oh, Worcester. Dude, Worcester did not cheat in one of his runs. They couldn't prove it. That video is pure garbage. It's the real title should be like people who have 15-year-old grudges with Worcester just whine about him for 50 minutes. That's literally what the whole video is. And I watched the whole thing. Alright, so... You know, I am very far ahead of record right now. I think I should just go use the Ponegiri shop. Yeah, just use the Ponegiri shop. Gotta do it one more time. Alright, Worcester not liking emulators and him doing that whole, like, fake account thing. Was that stupid? Yes. But is that evidence of cheating? No. Trust me, if there was actual proof he cheated one of his runs, it would have been taken off the leaderboards by now. Alright, so I think best case scenario with this kingdom, I'm probably going to lose about a minute here. But no, all the people that spoke in that video were people who personally did not like him. And they held, like, deep grudges against him. That's literally, it's just internet drama. You can see my PB Spectra was extraordinarily bad. Because that was where I had to go into the wild to evolve Darumaka. Because Panagiris aren't enough to evolve Darumaka. It has to straight up get KOs. Because its stat requirement is higher. It was the mystery dungeon run. I know they mentioned something about it. The whole thing about like having breaks or something. I don't really get it. Nice. But yeah, Worcester still does do Pokemon speedruns, and they still get submitted to the leaderboard. If there was actual proof he cheated runs, they would have been taken down by now. But they weren't. There was no proof. Yeah, the wristband, it's not as big of a deal with Gallade because it's not really the one doing the damage for the most part. It just serves as backup in case Drifloon gets out of hand. It's generally more of a bigger deal if it's Jolteon. Nice. Damn. That is annoying. Actually, no, that's fine. Bro, seriously? Burn 2. Bro, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god. Freeze. Could have been anything else. Great. I end up on a really good run, and I end up getting a bad Spectre split. That is just terrible, dude. Oh. That was terrible. Honestly, even if I had decided to skip the Panagiris, this would have been an 8.5-minute split. Probably not low 9. Look at that. Just went straight up. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't really the Panagiris. I could have left out the Panagiris and maybe have been like only like 10 seconds ahead or something. It still would have been a big time loss no matter what. Minimum energy Musharna, that's very good. That Musharna is the hardest thing to kill. Also, if you notice between world record and PB, the world record's better than my split by 1 second. That's basically no difference. That's just a matter of split timing. Because I never put in milliseconds. Alright, the icicle's in the right place. That's good. I still have time save potential inside of Ballora, though. Yeah, I kind of like this stage. I don't like this fight, but I like the stage. That is new. To be fair, both the record and my PB had very, very good Nick Storms. Literally, my PB is actually my gold split. I mean, that fight couldn't really have gone any different. Minimum energy Quagsire, that's very good. Escadrille's wristband braking isn't a big deal. Unfortunately, critting the Glagsire isn't gonna matter as much. And the main reason I say that is because the wrong Aaron was trying to move towards the middle, and because of that, it's one tile too far away. Okay, maybe for that it mattered, but like I said, it doesn't matter at the end of Honestly, I'm not too upset that this run won't end up getting the record anyway. Because I did have time loss at Nick Storm, and I'll have loss at Valora too. And the early game at some parts was very bad. This run could have been so much better. Yeah, that was not a good Valora. A good Valora would be a 22 turn. This is a 20. I've gotten 22 quite frequently in practice. Interestingly enough, the world record's Dragner split wasn't as good as my PB. But still, that's not enough time save. I'm not getting record. Getting PB, possibly. I can change the comparison mid-run. Low energy Gabite, Zekrom, Dragonair, and Fracture. That's very good. Simi Sage doesn't. Alright, I'm going to change the comparison to my PB. Alright, so I am a minute and a half ahead of my PB. That's pretty good. Alright, I have an idea. Oh, I'm not. I was hoping I could reach Dragon here. I can't reach it. That's good. That's pretty good. That's annoying. My God. I hate Brave Bird sometimes. Very bad draft. Not worth it. Main problem is like they kept like staying together in the upper section. I'll be lucky at all if this... Oh, you fucking bitch. Can anyone tell me what the accuracy was of that? Seriously, like, what the frick? That had to have said, like, what, 93%, and it missed. %. I missed a 93% drill run. Awesome. Honestly, I don't think it mattered what happened at Spectra. Valora just went really bad. Dragner went extraordinarily bad. Seriously, this run's early game and late game is so bad, but the mid game was actually super duper good. Yeah, this ain't PBing. If it does PB, which I highly doubt, it'll be by like 3 seconds or so. And Jolteon is super far away from Arceus. Earth did that. That looks so good. It was like 1 point away or something. That was bad. Yeah, John, there's no way I'm PBing, especially with that. The only energy levels here I really care about is the Infernape. Probably Rayquaza too. Oh, no. Lined up so I can hit Miss Magius turn 1. Dude, what is with this? What? That Miss Magius dodged both attacks. Oh my god. Yeah, what else can go wrong here? That was so stupid, man. That was so stupid. X energy goes to you. John, I've accepted this run won't PB. It's just not. I'm sorry, how do you miss an Aggron? That thing's one of the slowest Pokemon in the game. How do you miss that? That's a serious question. Can anyone tell me what the accuracy was on that Brave Bird? Dude, that Aggron's on drugs. That was another 93. Awesome, dude. That is so... Okay, maybe I should have done that. Okay, that wasn't the wisest. Whatever. This run sucks anyway. But yeah, I should have had Girder hit the Aggron first before doing that. Dude, what? That thing's cracked. That's gonna take another turn. Yep. That was awful. And how was this awful, you may ask? Getting 3 90% misses. This was one of the most lopsided runs I've ever had. Actually, 4? Yeah, 4. I wonder if I should make a YouTube short out of that. I've been meaning to get back into the shorts. I think I will. My God, dude. Alright, let's look at this compared to my PB. Alright, compared to my PB, I was 2 minutes behind at Greenleaf, caught up at Fontaine a bit, lost time at Violet, caught up at Cresselia, Pugilist, 27 seconds behind. I didn't become on par with my PB until Crag Spur. But if we compare to the record, by the time I was 1.7 seconds ahead of my PB, I was 28 seconds behind the record. You know what that means? Literally, the first half of the game was better in my PB. You can tell by these splits. But then, as soon as I got to the auction and basically by the time I ended Viperia, because these splits are kind of screwed up, I was 1:21 ahead compared to the record. But compared to my PB, I was 48 seconds ahead. And then things just went green from here. But then Spectra, not only I had some of the worst luck, I had to waste a minute at the Ponagiri shop just because the Drillbur was so low on energy. Not only when I recruited it, but also during one of the months after I used the Ponagiri, the energy went from there to there, and then back to there again. That was just horrendous. So I'm like, okay, I'm still ahead of record. And then next, oh no, this is compared to my PB. Yeah, this is my PB. I'm still 1:15 ahead of PB at Nick Storm, but compared to the record, I was 1:31 behind. And then these splits happened. John, I won't be streaming. I can't do more than one of these like complete runs per day because my wrists hurt. Honestly, though, I'm not too upset about this run failing because comparing to the PB here, I was very, very bad in my early section. It was bad. Because I remember Greenleaf was bad, Fontaine was bad, Violet was okay, the Invasion Split was okay. Basically, there were some bad spots. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by. To appreciate it. I'm going to do some more runs tomorrow just before the event starts. See y'all later.